one thing that I was just talking to Allison about at lunch that really helped me from Marlboro is the clear writing requirement and getting just, everybody has to show that they can write competently. And now that I work with the rest of the world, I'm always shocked at how poorly people write, because I did not think of myself as a very good writer while I was here, but when I saw other people's writing after I had left, I discovered that actually I'm not that bad a writer, and that writing is really important to communicate your ideas to the world. And so being able to write well has helped me communicate, but also being able to look at other people's writing and say, like, yeah, we really need to clean this up, because otherwise nobody has any idea what you're trying to say with this report. So that's made a really big difference for me.
Well, I would say my career path, I mean, it's this very niche example, but I actually got like my publishing internship from Craigslist, which is really unusual, but I just went in there and like rattled off everything I'd ever read and kind of wowed him, and that was like probably not going to happen, but yeah, I mean, I think that it has, I feel sort of confident talking about books. I feel confident like having lunch with people, which is a big thing.
For me, I would say it was Marlboro's focus on skill development, writing being one of them, and self-direction that really helped me write after college. I had been used to moving places. I'm from Chicago, moved out here, and then after I graduated, moved out to the Bay Area, where my twin sister was at the time. And I had these internships under my belt and figured I might as well get another one. So I interned at San Francisco Magazine. And then I had some, at that point, pretty decent municipal journalism experience. And then I was hired to write for a city website elsewhere in the Bay Area, in Richmond, if anyone knows where that is. And then through writing there for a couple of years, I was picked up as a staff writer at this personal finance tech company, NerdWallet, where I do journalism about personal finance stuff for them. And so it was really just one thing to the next, but also like always forging forward and relying back on my skills to the point where now I'm producing a podcast for them and I'm still doing kind of what I want to do, but within their frame. Mm-hmm. So.
Because I'm sure for other students as well, but for a politics student, Marlboro is like an enormous playground where you can, and Meg Mott in particular is a professor who encourages you to take what you're learning in the classroom and test it out on her colleagues, which is funny. Just putting that together. But so she was really good at encouraging us to take those theories and then formulate a policy change and go to the appropriate committee for that it would have to go through, and then persuade those people that it was the right policy. And then you got to see that policy take place, sometimes the next week, and sometimes, now, like, we see the smoking gazebo, and that was being debated in town meeting here, so that's, like, really exciting to see. I've never thought that would bring me such joy, but it's cool to see something actually come about. And I think for me, like, those skills, to be able to go into a room and speak to whoever was on that committee, Catherine and I were on the committee on faculty together, Sean was on social committee. Just going to those committees and being able to handle that there's a time limit on what you have to say. You have to consider what everyone thinks. There is someone in the room who vehemently disagrees with you, and you're going to have to persuade them probably because you all live on campus together. And that's a really good microcosm of what my day-to-day office life is like, whether it's taking place over email or actually in an office. Someone is vehemently disagreeing with me on a legal policy, and they're not a lawyer, and I am, and I have to figure out a way to say that without saying what I just said. So I would say that's probably the most practical skill that I learned at Marlboro.